Get naked. Get naked. Get naked.
What's going on, people? This your boy Logic, and today I'm finna give a quick intro on how I do my setup and how I stream to YouTube Core TV, YouTube Core TV 2, Food Clothing Shelter, and many more channels that I participate on. What's going on? This is your boy Logic, and I'm finna do a quick video to show you the different concepts and applications that you'll need to actually produce a high quality live stream to either Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, any type of streaming platform. I'll be talking to you today about some basic categories. In these basic categories, I'll be going over actual audio, I'll be going over visuals, I'll be going over actual modem and routers, and also I'll be going over different concepts of bridge screens and give you guys a chance to see what it takes to do what I do in case you actually want to do it. So this is going to be a powerful video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this, and then let's get this thing started. First, I'm going to go over visuals and different type of techniques that you can use for visuals and different type of products that you can use to help your visuals. First thing I start off with, this is my whole setup for my visual design. This is used to actually produce that whole visual concept that you see. A lot of times you'll see me doing visuals operating from one computer, but pushing to another computer. And in that aspect, if you do that, you will have low stress being produced to your computer that's actually streaming. So by you reducing that stress, you'll produce a better product at a higher quality. Quick concept on this whole system here is that all the graphics and design, I push it from this system here. And when I push it from this system to my main system, that's when you see a seamless live stream that gives you the capability to do whatever you want to do. Quick note, what I like to do is I always like either wireless or wired keyboards, so it keeps me away from my laptop. This laptop here is a i6 or it's an i5. So now by this minute, i5 is a pretty good computer or whatever, and it can handle a lot of graphics. A lot of times I'm dealing with a lot of graphics, so I always have an external hard drive. External hard drive, my emails all go to there, and then I don't keep nothing on my system, so my systems run clean, fast, and precise, and it takes less pressure off this system also. A key note is when you see a lot of times a lot of graphics, it will come from this system. Dancing Dan, he come from this system. Laughing Larry, he come from this system here. Any type of music, all I do is press a button on the Stream Deck and then it's assigned, so it will always be pre-planned, easy to do. If I'm playing actions by your boy Straight Drop Elite, I already got a program in my Stream Deck, so I press a button that come up. The YouTube Core TV thing, press it, come up. The Get Naked thing, I press it, come up. Laughing Larry, Dancing Dance, any type of graphics that you see coming up, it's already a pre-selected design. So a Stream Deck is something that you might want to utilize to actually have precise images come in at the press of a button instead of going through the system or operating through that way. A lot of times when I use on the systems using Mac systems, the Mac system is perfect because you utilize iCloud. So anything I put on this system, it'll automatically send an image of it to that system, and it'll give me that ability to utilize it if I choose to. That's a perfect thing. So this is my whole visual setup. It consists of this right here all the way to there, and then we'll get in a little more detail with this. For my visual setup also too, and my basic setup, you know what I'm saying, I always prefer just a wireless mouse, but on certain systems doing certain things, I would prefer the trackpad too. If you utilize the Mac, it's good, don't require no batteries, it's a perfect thing to actually utilize. Other than that, a lot of trial and error. I recommend getting new systems, especially preferably with a USB-C port. The USB-C port is faster ports, so now by you having faster ports, you have more capability, you have more speed, and then all your cameras and everything will come in pure and seamless. Okay, now what we're finna go into is the audio setup, how I do all my audio. We did the visual, so now let's get this started. A lot of times you see YouTubers use a lot of mics. I tried that. I used a lot of expensive mics, and a lot of times it wasn't work. It was kind of all over the place, and then it was too much for me. So what I found out is a broadcaster headset actually works better, because essentially what it is, I got a mic and I got a headset all in once. In one. This gives me the ability to keep my sound in and produce a high quality sound out at the same time. And I think you can find these on Amazon, any type of streaming websites. They're fairly cheap. This one was probably like $2.99, and you can find them all the way up to $500, and you can probably find some like around as low as probably about $150. It's a good purchase, and this is actually what I use. HD quality, and you'll see it fits perfectly into my board. My board is the key to all my magic, because from every system that I'm playing music from, it will push the signal to here, and it will go to my one computer that I'll be streaming from, which produce all the magic. Any phone calls you see me bringing in will come through here. The landline phone will come through here. My personal cell phone will come through here. Any type of effects that's not visual effects that you hear in the background, it would all come through my iPad, which is connected through here, and that's how I do all my sound. Pretty clean. Take you a while to kind of figure out how to do it, but you can easily mute, you can easily raise the volume, you can raise the level of things, you can have things playing in the background at a lower level, and it's simply by just cutting it down. And then as long as you have your main audio mic up, you got it. If you want to mute it, you press the mute button. Everything is pretty simple, and I think this ran me about, I don't remember, but it's fairly cheap. You can look them up online, and just look up USB mixers. Preferably, if you find them, get a USB-C mixer if you got USB ports on your computer. And that's it for this audio part. Okay, so this is gonna be quick and simple, but this is probably the most important part. A lot of times when you see live streams fail online, it's either the computer system or the main problem is the internet connection. What I got here is I have a dedicated router just for my streaming. So no other devices is connected to this router but my streaming computer. Everything else, dealing with my family, will actually go through this Apple router. The Apple router is actually pretty good. You can utilize it. I think they run all the way up to probably about $500, and lowest is about $300. You can find these, they're pretty good. And then you can actually have storage on here. They can act as a backup hard drive. You got many aspects in dealing with this right here. It's pretty good. So between these two, I separate my actual router, so now I don't have to worry about interference. I don't have to worry about a lot of problems with my internet stream, only because I'm using different routers for my live stream. A dedicated live stream router will actually work perfect for people if they actually can do that. So now you will not have problem and interference from daily activities in your house while you're actually doing live streams. The modem is over there. It's a standalone modem, so it's doing good. But between the two routers, if you get it as a live streamer, it will work perfect for you. All right, the next thing I'm gonna talk about is the actual pulling up the green screen effect. First thing that you gotta actually have is what I call like a drop light. With me, when I'm doing a drop light, if you can see the drop light that's on my desk right now, and then how it works for me is depending on the type of actual singer I want to actually produce. The lights, I control it from my phone, and you see I can actually go through different lights to brighten it up. And then if you look on the desk of my actual live stream, you'll see the actual lights actually changing the colors or whatever and doing that. And then that's how I add the backdrop to the scenes that I do from my live streams when I do that. Next thing I'm gonna go over is the green screen. With a green screen, you got many options. The option I prefer would be one like this, and then it reminds you of the kind of projector board that teacher had. It's fairly simple, it's easy. You put it up, you push it into a position, and then once you finish, you drop it, and you set it down, and it's good to go. It's easy to me being this way, so that you don't have a green screen covering up the wall, but I'll show you another one of my green screens coming up and how I pull out actual video effects of that green screen based off the color that I'm wearing in my materials. So a lot of times when you see me actually shooting these shots that you see me adding in my uploads, I actually shoot them from right here, and then most of the times I use either blue screen or green screen. The green screen is on the back, this is a blue screen, and sometimes it don't conflict with the colors. The Get Naked shirt got a lot of green in it, so it don't work well with green screens or the green chroma key, but the blue actually work well for that, so it depends on what type of clothing I'm wearing, and so I can be able to chroma key that out. So this is another type of green screen. Don't ask me how much it costs, because I don't remember. And also, with this scene, I have the ability to control the lights. And as you can see, the same thing was just as my desk. I can cut on lights, cut off lights, and I can actually go in and change the colors of the lights as I see fit. So it's something pretty cool you can do. And it actually adds to the effects when you're actually making videos. So we'll get into that. Okay, also with the green screen effect, you gotta have some high quality lights. So this is what I use. I use 3 of these, and it actually got multiple switch, so I can switch it from either low light, high light, and I can either be able to cut it on as I see fit. With me, I learned that I use some soft light bulbs, and I use a mixture of HD light bulbs without my light set to actually make everything light up. The last thing I go over too is just a little added the standalone camera. So what I use is that, you know what I'm saying, this manifold tripod. I got a lot of them. They're pretty good if you actually trying to use and you're trying to elevate scenes or whatever. And as simple as this, and I can elevate my scenes, I can lower the scenes. That's why when you see on a lot of people's panel, it looks like my camera's elevated and people think I'm short. So, hey, whatever. But the manifold tripods are pretty good. And also I use a 1080p Logitech camera, and then it's pretty good for actually my shots when I don't want to use my computer camera, but I want to use a internal camera, and that's how I operate it. This got a long wire to it. I end up buying it fairly cheap, maybe 14 bucks, and it run all the way to my computer. I can take this to the kitchen if I want to do a cooking show with Nick Nack, and it's pretty user friendly. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if we get on this video 1,000 views and 250 likes, what I do is I come back and I do a second part, and I will show you the different programs and the different type of techniques that I use to do what I do on YouTube. Also, if you got any recommendations, drop a comment below, and then we'll be able to communicate or directly email me, and I'll show you and be able to tell you in detail of what I get to do what I do. It's your boy Logic. Make sure you hit that like button, and we out of here. Peace.